to the revered audience of Gurus, Mahopadhyaya, Swami Tattvavidananda Saraswati Ji, Guruji Vinay Ji of Wisdom Foundation, Swami Sithapragyananda Ji, Swami Lakshmanananda Ji, Swami Sadashivananda Ji, Professor Dr. Nagaraj Ji of Indica, a Senior Director and Dean of IKS Studies, and Sri Srinivas Uttupudi Ji, Director of Indica, guests, friends, and fellow seekers of this great Vedantic knowledge. Welcome to one and all to this grand evening. Wish you all a happy Independence Day too. Today is an auspicious day for Wisdom Foundation and all those assembled here to celebrate the Indica's highest recognition being bestowed on our most revered Guru, Swami Tattvavidananda Saraswati Ji, and seek his blessings to annihilate all our ignorance and gain wisdom. As Swamiji mentions often, natural things happen naturally. Guruji and the Wisdom Foundation Parivar is very happy that our long cherished desire that Swamiji should visit Wisdom Foundation has finally materialized in this way. Wisdom Foundation is extremely grateful to Indica, formerly known as Advaita Academy, for the Grateful to Gurus program. Thankful to Srimati Vidya Muruganji and her daughter Kumari Divya Muruganji for timely nominating Swamiji. We are indebted to Swamiji for accepting our request to host this event at Wisdom Foundation. And thank you, Guruji Vinay Ji, for coming forward to host this program at our institute. India, the land of rich heritage and ancient traditions, the relationships between a student and their teacher holds immense significance. This sacred bond extends beyond the classroom, fostering lifelong connection, built respect, knowledge, and gratitude. Here, today, we have all been given this opportunity to show our gratitude to Swamiji on this auspicious day of Independence Day through the Grateful to Gurus program, where Indica Group has chosen him for the great award. I now request Vidyaji to kindly escort Swamiji and Guruji to the dais. In wisdom parlance, they say, awareness illuminates everything. Let us now symbolically light the traditional lamp, and I now request Swami Sithapragyananda Ji, Swami Sadashivananda Ji, Swami Lakshmanananda Ji to also kindly light the lamp. While the lamp is being lit, While the lamp is being lit, Mrs. Shamla ji will render the prayer.
Pranamya shirasa devam Gauriputra Vinayakam Bhaktavasam smare nityam Ayukamartha siddhaye. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddhajnanaekamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddhajnanaekamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Thank you, Shamla ji, for that soulful prayer. Now I would like to talk about Professor Dr. Nagaraj ji, who is trained in Sanskrit and Advaita Vedanta by his own spiritually accomplished father, or he is of Indica. He will give a brief introduction of Indica, which was originally known as Advaita Academy, and about the significance of this award. I request Nagaraj ji to kindly address the gathering. While he comes up to talk, I request all of you all to please keep your mobiles in the silent mode or please switch it off. Thank you.
वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे जननमरणखेदच्छेददक्षं नमामि. Indic Academy is founded by Sri Harikiran Vadlamani Garu. He started his activities with Advaita Academy, which is now morphed into Indica Moksha as one of the wings of Indic Academy. Indic Academy is an expanded form of Advaita Academy, but now the scope has been enlarged into a larger Indic Renaissance activity, which in the words of Harikiran Garu himself, has three kinds of activities: protection, promotion, and preservation. Preservation happens in the form of preserving, say for example, Veda Swadhyaya or cultural activities. Protection happens in the form of countering attacks on Indic culture, Hindu culture. And promotion happens in the form of spreading Indic culture through entrepreneurial activities, cultural products, and promoting those cultural products. This idea of grateful to gurus is also one of the ideas that emerged from the brain of Sri Harikiran Garu, who has this incessant creativity, comes up with ideas every day. And he started this gratefulness program. I recently heard somewhere that this is being promoted, gratefulness is being promoted as a psychotherapeutic program and a clinical psychological program, and Indic psychology practitioners jump towards it, saying that in the form of Rena, we have already been practicing it. Pancha Mahayajnas are actually Rena paying activities only, and those Pancha Mahayajnas include Devaruna, Pitruna, and also we have Rishi Runa. And Guru is the word that we contributed to the English lexicon. They use it. But when it goes into that language, it gets completely emptied out of the whole juice of the word. It becomes an expert in any field is a guru. He is a stock market guru. He is a gambling guru, casino guru, everyone. Stealing guru also. But guru cannot be that. Guru for us is, I frequently hear from my spiritual friends, they keep asking me, is not Sahasrara the place where Sadguru lives all the time? Is not Anahata the place where Sadguru has his abode? The word Guru or Sadguru here is being used as a word synonymous of the ultimate state that a sadhaka is striving to reach. Guru is a state, Guru is a tattva, Guru is a spiritually attainable entity. For us, it is that. And we see in all kinds of gurus this entity getting reflected in multiple forms. Vishwanath Satyanarayana Garu, the Telugu classical writer, he talks about two kinds of spiritual practice, in to out and out to in. And when you are looking at Kala Guru, Art Guru, or Shastra Guru, or any other form of Guru, you are looking at a Kala, a fraction of the whole Guru, the whole Guru Tattva. What Indic Academy did is it included all these kinds of Gurus. This year, when we organized the Grateful to Gurus program at different cities in Chennai, in Bangalore, in many cities of India, this program was organized and many gurus were honored. They include music gurus, Natya gurus, Shastra gurus, and several different kinds of gurus. But when we honor a guru like Swami Tattvavidananda Saraswati Garu, we are coming to that whole guru entity, of which these are kalas, these are all fractions, Kala Guru, Shastra Guru, and others are just fractions of the Sarva Guru. Because it is from here, it is from the Adhyatmika Guru that all other Gurutva starts. Adhyatmikata is where all the other sadhanas, Kala sadhana or Shastra sadhana, etc., they end and where they begin. The beauty of our approach is that beginning and the end are the same. So we start from the tattva, adhyatmika tattva, and we end at the tattva. And tattvavit is with, the word with leads to Veda, and tattvavit and Ananda coming from the Tattvavetritva is our Guru Garu, Tattvavidananda Garu. And Indic Academy is very proud of honoring such a Guru, great Guru, which is the best of the honors than honoring the other fractional sides of the Tattva like Kala Gurus or Shastra Gurus. I'm personally very much happy that I've been associated with Swamiji in his Purvashrama. We were organizing a program, an organization here at Hyderabad called Veda Vijnana Vedika, which was an organization initiated by some Arya Samaj people. And we used to organize talks, lectures on a given science in Veda in every month. And in Purvashrama, Swamiji he started his talk with biochemistry in Sri Sukta. His Purvashrama career was also biochemistry, IDPL career. And he was speaking on biochemistry at that time. And later he contributed on many other aspects of different mantras and science in those mantras. And we organized a conference together. And I'm so glad that that friend of mine is no longer there. He has taken a different birth. And in that birth, I offer all my wholehearted salutations to Guru Swami Tattvavidananda Saraswati.
Thank you, Professor Nagarajji, for calling it our Rishi Rana we are fulfilling today. It was really, I could feel for that word. We all know Swamiji. He lives he's a great scholar, lives like a perfect sage, focusing all his mental energies on imparting this Vedantic study. And I have found him he remains undisturbed in all situations and a perfect example for all of us to imbibe. Before we honor Swamiji with the award, I request another devoted student of Swamiji, Vaidyanathan ji, to kindly come and introduce our Swamiji.
I have been asked to introduce Swamiji. This is something that is coming to me since last year repeatedly. But who am I to introduce him? I myself bask in his glory. Stands true to the saying, Pradeepa Jwala Bhihi Divasakara Nirajana Vidhihi. This is something like that, like showing a lamp unto the sun. Still, I should do something. And there is a way of introducing Swamiji. Usually, we read out from a given a paper, and then that has things like he started his traditional teaching at a very young age, and then he went on to have a secular education. He went on to pursue a master's in the sciences in chemistry, and then his PhD in chemistry, synthetic organic chemistry, something like that. And then he went on to have a successful career in research as a scientist. Then he did a master's in Sanskrit. That he also got a PhD in Sanskrit. The PhD book got published as a very acclaimed book called Science in Krishna Yajurveda. Then he went on to take sannyasa. Then he became this world traveling teacher, very renowned. And then he's now the vice president of an organization in the US, the standard way. And the details of this is available on YouTube. I don't have on Google. I don't even have to tell you these things. And this city being his karma bhumi, and the place where it's been his mainstay for the past few decades now. So, and some of you know him quite long enough to know these things firsthand. Some of you have been part of the journey, like just our speaker right now was pointing out. So what would I introduce him to the audience anyway? So I thought I will just share something about the Swamiji that I know, like trying to hold an ocean in a small bowl that I have with me. I just wrote down some lines. Let me just read out from those. I often say this: Swamiji is, of all the people that I know in my life, he's the closest that comes to a celebrity, because he's so well renowned. And at the same time, he's so unassuming, with no center called I within him. That is something miraculous. Having so much fame around you, people literally wanting to worship you, and yet staying untouched by all that fame. That is something. That is the lack of a person called me within him. That is the introduction I give to Swamiji always. In fact, I often say, when people ask me, who is Swami TV, this person that you keep writing about, I say, Swami TV is so great. He's so great that if he passes by from you, you will not even realize, oh, is this the Swami that you keep talking about? So he's that simple in his countenance, but so profound in his wisdom. So let me just quickly read a few lines that I have written here, since the formal occasion. So I had to say something. I have never met any other person who's as highly learned and yet as humble, approachable, and completely dispassionate as him. For all his learning, and like I said, he has 2 masters, 2 PhDs, and then he studied Veda, Vedanta, Vyakarana, all three under three great masters of his times. So he had that kind of an education also. For all this learning, he just passes off as a man next door. His Vidya, Vinaya, and Vairagya cannot be exaggerated. He's undisturbed, wearing a simple dress, quite literally and figuratively, and not carried away, despite the fact that people have gathered to felicitate him now. It is difficult to write about or speak about Swamiji because his trademark is his simplicity. He's so simple in his living and in his dealings that any description of it fails to capture its spirit. Two traits of his that one gets to see when we observe him closely is that he's very compassionate towards anyone who approaches him, and with everyone, including a person that he's meeting for the very first time. He immediately connects with them as though they've been knowing him for a very long time. Everybody who meets Swamiji comes back with a feeling, even if he's talking for 2 minutes, he comes back with the feeling that this person considers me the closest of all. Everybody has that feeling that I am Swamiji's closest, even if he's a stranger. But then, believe me, the state in which he stays is samoham sarva bhuteshu mame dveshyosti na priyaha. That is where he stands. Swamiji is a complete jnani from whom you learn by observing him transact with the world. He is an acharya par excellence under whom you have to study only to transform yourself. But I do not see him as a person anymore. He is an experience to be had and a presence that is to be felt. And the day you realize that this man entirely lives out, and I can say this from first-hand experience, this man entirely lives out every word of his teaching, you will be amazed that it is true indeed that the nature of this person is something beyond words, or to put it differently, words are too heavy to describe the simplicity of his being. Any description fails ab initio. He is a living proof that the teachings of Vedanta are actually livable even in this 21st century. He has made all that teaching achievable goals for us. And I conclude with 4 lines that I once, 4 lines out of a poem that I wrote about him. How different he is, how refreshing his teaching. When the world around only sings the discordant notes of samsara, his is the lone voice that makes the melodious music of moksha. And I just have to say something out of personal information. The program itself is called Grateful to Gurus. The definition of a guru in Prashnottara Ratnamalika, Swamiji has taught this text recently. Many of you must have heard it. Ko guruhu adhikata tattvaha shishya hitarthaya udyata satatam. That is the definition. Adhikata Tattvaha of Swami Tattvavidanda. His name itself is Tattvavit. So what will I speak about? He's Adhikata Tattvaha. But then Sishya Hitaya Udyata Satatam, I just want to give you one example. This program was supposed to be part of Guru Purnima celebrations in Chennai. And then Swamiji got this email. He decided, he was wondering, should he accept? And then he decided to accept the award. And then he thought, okay, he's going to be in Kakinada. How am I going to go to Chennai? He decided, okay, let me go, but he has to miss a class. So he thought, let me just miss a class. Not one day, just miss one class. So that immediately after morning's class, he would somehow take a flight, go there, evening or in the night, take a train, come back in the morning early, and then take the next morning's class. This is what he thought and he planned. But the moment he was told that it can be done in Hyderabad too, he immediately cancelled those tickets and all that. Just why? Only because he doesn't want to miss a class. That is Swami TV. Not somebody who would want recognition for what he is doing, but always Sishya Hitaya Udyata Satatam. That is Swami TV's little cup that I lifted from Swami, the ocean called Swami TV, Swami Tattvavidananda.
Thank you, Vaidyanathanji. You have echoed all our feelings. We all feel the same about him. And that was a lovely poem on Swamiji. As the auspicious moment unfolds, I request Srinivasji, Vidyaji and Divyaji to please come forward to felicitate Swamiji. Now, let us all felicitate our Guru. Thank you, Srinivasji, Vidyaji, and Divyaji. This award echoes loudly the gratefulness of Swamiji's innumerable students from the depth of their hearts for all the teachings they have received from Swamiji. In this context, I would like to mention that we have amongst us Swamiji's students who are themselves taking classes based on his teachings. And we have a few Swamiji Sthitapragyanandaji, where self and Seturamanji were attended his Live as a Yogi Challenge program in retreat in Rishikesh. That was a wonderful program at the Dhyanam Ashram in September 23. And he was actually in the Purvashram, he was a software engineer, and he did his course in Sandipani and Dayananda Ashram in Rishikesh. He took sannyas Diksha from Swami Tattvavidanandaji. And similarly, we have Swami Lakshmananandaji. He was also a banker and very student of nearly 25 years of Swamiji. And in the last retreat, he also took sannyasa diksha from Swami. Then we have Swami Sadashivanandaji. He stayed 10 years in Vanaprasthashram in Varanasi, listening to Swamiji's talks, and he also was initiated to sannyasa by Swami Tattvavidanandaji. That is all for the just gurus who are with us today. Now we'll have a few students to share their thoughts on Swamiji and their experiences, both in Telugu and English. I request Dr. Sharma ji to please come up to the dais and share his thoughts in English. Thank you, Sharma ji.
I am a Shishya Paramanu of Swamiji. My learned colleague, Vaidyanathan, indeed told all the things that are to be told. Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha. These words came out of Paramatma only to describe about Tattvavidananda Swamiji, I believe. A mention was made about the devotion that psychologists, clinical psychologists, psychiatrists, etc., have towards Swamiji. Indeed, I know one of the senior most psychiatrists of this state who was hypnotized by Swamiji. Hypnotized means not just the hypnosis, but psychologically getting subdued, losing one's identity, and becoming a devotee of Swamiji. As told already by our learned speakers, he does not show any style. There is no posing. Usually, yatis are known for their keeping distance from all the laukikas. As Vaidyanathan already said, Samaha. Swamiji is Samaha. He does not have any discrimination about caste, creed, gender, all those things. These are being told by several Swamijis, no doubt, but practically we can see only Tattvavidananda Swamiji. There is a paper on Sanskrit effect by James Hargel. Maybe his childhood studies about Veda and Shastras in the traditional way could show this Sanskrit effect to some extent, but he is much more, because what those researchers say is that it is the memory part that improves with Sanskrit. But his abstract thinking is such a wonderful thing that even psychiatrists have to learn about psychiatry. Chemists have to learn about chemistry, and so on and so forth. And we need not have to have any inhibitions to approach him. Starting from Ramashabda up till Brahma Sutras, anything he is ready to clarify at any moment. Indeed, people who have the exposure to him at least once in their lifetime are very fortunate. Nowadays, so many media have come into existence, and all his teachings and all his books are to be utilized by us all. Many of the books, of course, are out of print and they are not available, but from the learned other friends, we can take their copies, and we should try to improve our wisdom. ఆ భాష తెలుగే కానివ్వండి, సంస్కృతం వా భవతు, మే ఇట్ బి ఇంగ్లీష్, లెట్ ఇట్ బి ఎనీ లాంగ్వేజ్ that has no limitation. Languages have no limitation for him. In all the languages, he can express all his thoughts lucidly. And more than anything, the scientific way of approach towards Veda and Vedanta, I could see in him alone. Even though I said that I am only an atom, he respects everyone, including me, by telling that I am his Satirthya. Satirthya means we have learnt from the same Guru. Maybe once in a while we had come across the same Guru. That is different. But his way of respecting the other Atmas as he himself is a wonder, really. I once again request you all to get benefited by reading his books, listening to his lectures, directly or indirectly, whether he speaks from New York or whether he speaks from Padmanabha Nagar Center or Alwal, whatever it be. We have several ways to listen to him and get benefited. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma ji. That was a very deep experiences you had with Swami ji. It was nice to know about all that. Now we have Srimati Vidya ji, who has, because of whom today's whole function is going on here, nomination of Swami ji and Indika having come forward to give the Grateful to Gurus award. Now she'll talk a few words, and later I would also like to introduce, I forgot to mention about Srinivas ji of Indika and Dr. Anuradha ji of Indika. They are very active members. He's an Srinivas ji who came up to felicitate Swami ji. He's an independent researcher with a deep interest in cultural studies. He heads a software firm in Hyderabad, and equally talented is his wife, Ms. Dr. Anuradha ji. He has a doctorate in human genetics and heads Gene Tech, a genetics diagnostic laboratory which pioneered genetics epidemiology applications in India. Sorry for that.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaskaram Swamiji, Guruji and all fellow seekers. We are gathered here to express our gratitude to our Guru, our appreciation for the Guru Shishya Parampara. From a purely chronological perspective, the Shastra is 8 to 10,000 years old. Logic follows that the teacher-student lineage is also just as old. For most of this journey, the teachings were not written down or only taught orally. How is it that after all this time, we are receiving the knowledge even today, just as purely? How does the Jnana Ganga travel through time, unpolluted, liberating everything it touches? For centuries, seekers with intense yearning for self-knowledge have searched for a guru. When found, the guru teaches the Shishya with compassion to enable them to realize their true self. Once a devotee asked Bhagavan Ramana, Bhagavan, you say a jnani has no mind, but when we ask a question, you answer. Where does the answer come from? Bhagavan answered, the source from where the question arises. From the same source, the answer also comes. Only the bodies are different, the source is same, the heart is same. When I met Puja Swami Dayananda Saraswati for the first time, after seeing my overwhelming emotions towards a guru, he advised me, don't follow the teacher, follow the teaching. After a few years, when I met Puja Swamiji, again he asked me, what are you doing now? I said, I am listening to Swami TV's Vedanta Dindima. He said, very good. You are following the right path. Swami TV gave me a new dimension to my existing understanding of Vedanta and myself. A Shishya needs great courage to enter the spiritual path. It is the courage to encounter one's own figurative death. In Swami TV's word, die for your memory. Not only that, even to approach a guru and question him with right attitude, one needs courage. We need internal strength to keep us from losing the path because our desires pull us in the other directions. All this might be overwhelming, but the goal is worth it. As Swami TV says, though it is the toughest path, the spiritual path alone can take us to the truth, the liberation, freedom, or moksha, whatever we call it. Freedom from shackles of dependence, freedom from non-self, from me and mine. When we commit ourselves to the ultimate liberation, we become truly independent, truly free. This is a lone journey. Swami TV's words have always given me the courage to look within and to look closely, ever trying to know the Tattvam, to be the Tattvam. Tattvam eva bhavati. So I am on that becoming Tattvam path. My words may not convey the meaning. I hope they convey the bhavam behind it. I am thankful to Indica Academy and Wisdom Foundation for the opportunity to express my gratitude to Swami TV. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vidyaji. That was from your heart. You spoke with all your feelings, and we could all echo the same feelings too, I think. Now we have, in Telugu, we have Swami Lakshmanananda ji to please give his thoughts.
సభలో వేంచేసి ఉన్న మహాత్ములందరికీ, ఆడియన్స్గా కూర్చున్న సాధకులు, వేదాంత విద్యార్థులు, స్వామీజీ శిష్యులు అందరికీ నమస్కారాలు. మనకి తొలి గురువు సదాశివుడు, ప్రేయర్ చేస్తాం కదా, సదాశివ సమారంభం శంకరాచార్య మధ్యమం. శంకరాచార్యుల తర్వాత విద్యారణ్య స్వామి, తర్వాత శ్రీరామకృష్ణ పరమహంస గురుదేవులు, వివేకానంద స్వామి, స్వామి రామతీర్థ, ఇటువంటి మహాత్ములు. ఉత్తర భారతదేశంలో కబీర్ మహాశయుడు, తులసీదాసు, ఇటువంటి వాళ్ళు. మన
రామకృష్ణ పరమహంస వారి సాంప్రదాయంలో 16 మంది శిష్యులు, శారదామాత, వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా మనకి ఒక వరవడినిచ్చారు. వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా గురువులంటే మన ఆధ్యాత్మిక జీవితం సత్యాన్ని జీవితంలో అవగతం చేసుకుని, అర్థం చేసుకుని అవై జీవించారు. పాఠాలు చెప్పలా, వాళ్ళ జీవితమే పాఠం. అటువంటి జీవనం జీవించి వాళ్ళు చిరస్థాయిగా మన సమాజంలో నిలిచిపోయారు. అటువంటి సాంప్రదాయంలోనే స్వామి యోగానంద, రామకృష్ణ గురుదేవుల శిష్యుల్లో ఒకళ్ళు స్వామి యోగానంద, వారి శిష్యులు స్వామి శివానంద. స్వామి శివానంద గారి శిష్యులు మన తపోవన్ మహారాజ్, చిన్మయానంద మహారాజ్. చిన్మయానంద మహారాజ్ శిష్యులు దయానంద స్వామి వారు. దయానంద స్వామి వారి శిష్యులు మన తత్వవిధానంద సరస్వతి స్వామి. ఆ సాంప్రదాయానికి అంతటికీ మనం ప్రతిరోజు తలుచుకుని నమస్కారాలు చేసుకోవాలి. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు టీచర్స్ అంటే పాఠాలు చెప్పలా, జీవితాన్ని చూపించారు. జీవితంలో ఆ సత్యాన్ని జీవింపజేసుకున్నారు. సత్యాన్ని మనకి ఇలా జీవించవచ్చా అని. ఒకసారి పెద్ద స్వామి వారి దగ్గరికి, చంద్రశేఖర సరస్వతి స్వామి వారి దగ్గరికి ఎవరో సమాజంలో ఉండే ఒక పెద్ద మనిషి వెళ్ళారు. వెళ్ళి, స్వామీజీ నేను ఆశ్రమానికి కొంత డొనేషన్ ఇస్తాను అని వారు ప్రపోజ్ చేశారు. చేస్తే స్వామీజీ అన్నారు, నీకు ఎంతమంది కొడుకులు ఉన్నారు? ఎంతమంది పిల్లలంటే 4 కొడుకులండి. ఒకళ్ళు అమెరికాలో ఉన్నారు, ఒకళ్ళు ఫ్రాన్స్లో ఉన్నారు, ఎక్కడెక్కడో ఉన్నారు. నీ కొడుకుల్లో ఒకరిని వేదాంత విద్యకి పెట్టినట్లయితే అది ఎక్కువ సేవ చేసిన వాడు అవుతావు. డబ్బు ఎందుకయ్యా, మాకు డబ్బు ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళు చాలామంది ఉన్నారు అని చెప్పారు. అలా తల్లిదండ్రులు ఒప్పుకోవటం పెద్ద సమస్య. ఆ చిన్న వయసులో ఈ జీవితం వైపు ఆసక్తి కలగడం మరింత సమస్య. అటువంటి ఆసక్తితో వారు జన్మించారా అన్నట్టుగా జీవించారు. ఎందుకనంటే వారు మహావిద్వాంసుల దగ్గర చదువుకున్నారు. లౌకిక విద్యని ఇగ్నోర్ చేశారా అంటే చేయలే. అంతా యూనివర్సిటీ ఫస్ట్లోనే వచ్చారు వారు, ఎంఎస్సి పిహెచ్డి వరకు. తర్వాత ఆ చిన్న ఏజ్లో ఐపీఎస్ సెలెక్ట్ అయ్యి వారి నాన్నగారిని మాట పట్టి, అది మనం చేసే సర్వీస్ కాదు, ఇంకేం అక్కర్లా, ఐఏఎస్ వస్తే కొంత పబ్లిక్ సేవ చేసే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది అని చెప్తే వారు అటువైపు వదిలేశారు. ఐపీఎస్ లాంటి దాన్ని 23 ఏళ్ళ 25 ఏళ్ల వయసులో వదలటం అంటే ఎంత త్యాగం ఉండాలండి. ఈ ధర్మం పట్ల ఎంత కమిట్మెంట్ ఉండాలి. అంత కమిట్మెంటు, అంత త్యాగం వారి జీవితంలో ఉంది. కనుకనే వారు అంతర్జాతీయంగా వారి రాక కోసం ఎదురు చూస్తూ ఉంటారు. ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా వారి శిష్యులు, వారిని చూస్తే ఎవరికీ అలా అనిపించదు. ఇప్పుడు మన మిత్రులు ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పారు, వారు ఎవరికి వాళ్ళకే ఆత్మీయులు. నేను ఆత్మీయుని కాదని ఎవరికీ అనిపించదు. నేను సత్సంగంలో ఒక 70-80 మంది వచ్చేవాళ్ళు. ఏ ఒకళ్ళు ఆయనకు దూరం కాదు, ఏ ఒకళ్ళు ఆయన క్వార్టరీలో ఉండరు. ఆయనకి అసలు క్వార్టరీ లేదు. వీళ్ళు ఆయనకి క్లోజు, వీళ్ళు ఆయనకు దూరం. ట్రై చేసేవాళ్ళు వాళ్ళు ఉండేవాళ్ళు, వాళ్ళకి తక్కువ ఉండదు ఆయన క్లోజ్ అవ్వాలని. కానీ స్వామీజీ ఎంత ఆప్యాయతనైనా సరే అందరికీ చూపిస్తారు. కానీ ఎవరి జేబులో ఏ వస్తువుకి ఆయన సరెండర్ అయ్యి జీవించాల, ఏ విలువలు ఆయన వదులుకోరా. అటువంటి మహనీయుడికి సన్మానించటం, అటువంటి మహాత్ముని మీరందరూ గుర్తించి ఈయన మొత్తం సాంప్రదాయానికి ప్రతినిధి అని భావనతోటి అక్కడి నుంచి సదాశివుడి దగ్గర నుంచి, అంటే మనకి దక్షిణామూర్తి, అక్కడి నుంచి ఇవాల్టి వరకు గురు పరంపరని తలుచుకుని మనం వారందరినీ గౌరవిస్తున్నాం. ఇటువంటి సత్సాంప్రదాయాన్ని నెలకొల్పినటువంటి అద్వైత అకాడమీని నేను ముందుగా అభినందిస్తున్నా. ఎందుకనంటే మన ధర్మాన్ని మనం ఆచరించడం ద్వారా జీవింపు చేయాలి. లేకపోతే ఆచరించే వాళ్ళని మనం కొంత ప్రోత్సహించడం ద్వారా జీవింపు చేయాలి. అటువంటి ఉత్తమమైనటువంటి కార్యక్రమాన్ని చేపట్టినటువంటి ఈ అకాడమీ సభ్యులందరికీ నా మనపూర్వక వందనములు. మనం స్వామీజీ దగ్గర నేను సుమారుగా 26 ఏళ్ళు 27 ఏళ్ళు వారి శిష్యులుగా ఉన్నా. నేను శిష్యులుగా ఉండడం అంటే సన్యాసం తీసుకుంది ఈ మధ్య. వారి పాఠాలు క్రమం తప్పకుండా వింటూ ఉన్నా. ఆ పాఠాలు ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే ఒక వేదాంతమే కాదు. నేను వారి పాఠాలు నాకు ఎలా దొరికిందంటే, నేను రమణాశ్రమానికి వెళ్తూ ఉండేవాడిని సత్సంగాలకి. అక్కడ రమణ భగవాను గురించి మరింత తెలుసుకోవాలనుకుంటే ఫలానా ఆల్వాల్లో క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది, ఇవాళ 4 గంటలకి వెళ్ళి వినొచ్చు అన్నారు. ఆ రోజు నేను వెళ్ళాను, ఆ అడ్రస్ తీసుకుని వెళ్ళాను. ఆ రోజు నాకు అనిపించింది రమణ భగవానులు నాకు చూపించిన గురువు గారు వీరు అని. ఆ రోజు నుంచి వారిని వదిలిపెట్టి వారి క్లాసులు జరుగుతుంటే ఎప్పుడో ఒకసారి తప్ప మిస్ అవ్వకుండా వస్తున్నా. అటువంటి మహాత్ముడు నేను చాలామందిని విన్నా. రంగనాథానంద స్వామి దగ్గర నుంచి చాలామందిని విన్నా. కానీ ఇటువంటి స్వభావం ఉన్న గురువులు, ఇంత దయ, ఇంత ప్రేమ, తర్వాత చెప్పే పాఠం జీవితంలో ఉంటే కానీ చెప్పరు. ఆయన ఏదైనా చెప్పారంటే ఆ సత్యాన్ని జీవితంలో అనుభవించి చెప్పారు వారు. అంత నిష్ట, అది మనకి అటువంటి మహాత్మూర్తి వహించిన జ్ఞానం ఆయన. అటువంటి వాళ్ళు దొరకటం మన పుణ్య గొప్ప అనుగ్రహం, భగవంతుడి యొక్క అనుగ్రహం. అటువంటి అనుగ్రహం ఉంటే కానీ మనకు లభ్యం కాదు. అటువంటి గురుదేవులు నాకు లభించి నాకు అది ఆ గురు రుణం నేను తీర్చుకోలేను. ఎందుకంటే నాకు సాంస్క్రిట్లో ఇది లేదు, చదువుకోవాలి. నేను చిన్నప్పుడు పల్లెటూరులో పెరిగిన వాడిని. నేనేమి పుస్తకాలు రాయలేను. గురు రుణం తీర్చుకోవాలంటే వారు చెప్పిన బోధ అంతటిని మళ్ళీ ఒక పుస్తక రూపంలో వెలువరించి మనం చేయటం అనేది గురు రుణం తీర్చుకోవటం. అది నేను చేయలేను. నేను చేయగలిగింది ఏమిటంటే నా జీవితంలో వీలైనంత వరకు ఆ సత్యాలను తీసుకుని అవి ఆచరించుకుంటూ జీవించినంత కాలం వారి పాఠం వినటం, అదే నేను చేయగలిగింది. ఈ మహాత్ముల గురించి మనం ఆయన సంగతి ఎత్తితేనే ఒక ఆనందం మన నిండా నిండిపోతుంది. ఆయన నాకు 4-5 వెళ్ళేవాళ్ళం సత్సంగానికి. పెడితే ఎవరైనా ఒకడు రాకపోతే నిన్న ఏం చెప్పారు అని అడిగేవారు. ఏం చెప్పారు అంటే ఏం చెప్పలేము. కానీ నిన్నటి క్లాసు నిన్ననే స్పెషల్, ఇవాళ క్లాసు ఇవాళే స్పెషల్. మనం చెప్పలేము. అలా ఏ క్లాస్కి ఆ క్లాసు, ఉపనిషత్తు కానివ్వండి, గీత కానివ్వండి, ఏదైనా సరే అంత స్పెషల్గా ఉండేది. ఏమన్నా పాతదా? వేదాంతమే. అందరిలో ఉన్నది ఒకటే. ఆ సత్యం నువ్వే యూనివర్స్కి సెంటరు. నీ నుంచే యూనివర్స్ ఉద్భవించింది. ఈ పాఠమే ఏ రోజు చెప్పినా, కానీ 5 నిమిషాలు ఆలస్యంగా వస్తే చాలా నష్టపోయినట్టుగా భావన కలుగుతూ ఉండేది. అంత గొప్ప మహానుభావులు ఆయన. అటువంటి వారు మనకి హైదరాబాదులో తెలుగు వాళ్ళకి దొరకటం, తెలుగు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి దొరకటం మహాద్భుతం. ఎందుకంటే ఏ భాషలో అయినా సరే, ఎంత నిష్ణాతులు అయినా మనం మన మాతృభాష సాటి వేరే భాష రాదు. అదొక అదృష్టం. ఈ తెలుగు వాళ్ళై పుట్టి, లేకపోతే తెలుగు నేర్చుకుని, ఇండియన్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ ఏది నేర్చుకున్నా మాతృభాష కిందే ఉంటుంది, పర్ఫెక్ట్ ఇది వస్తే. అటువంటి అదృష్టం ఏవో ఇంగ్లీష్ పుస్తకాలు చదవటం అది కాదు. మన భాషలో మనం విన్నట్లయితే మన వ్యక్తిత్వంలో పార్ట్ అయిపోతుంది అది. దాని గురించి మనం ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా వెంటాడుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఈ విషయం ఏమవుతుంది, ఆటోమేటిక్గా మనలో జీర్ణం అయిపోతుంది. అటువంటి అది కాకుండా ఆయన చెప్పే ప్రతి మాట జీవితంలో ఆచరించి చెప్పటం, దాంతో ఏమవుతుందంటే అది మనకి నిలిచిపోతుంది. అటువంటి మహాత్ములు వారు తత్వవిధానంద సరస్వతి స్వామి వారు. తర్వాత వారు అమెరికా వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు వారు చేసే పని ఒకటి ఉంది. ఆయన దగ్గర ఉన్న డబ్బులు అన్నీ ఏదో ఒక ఆశ్రమంలో ఆ సంచి అక్కడ దులిపేసి, ₹1 లేకుండా చేసుకుని అమెరికా టికెట్ ఉంటుంది, అది ఎక్కి వెళ్తారు. అంటే అంత ఆయనకు ఆశ్రమం లేదు. ఎవరో కారు కొనిస్తానంటే అక్కర్లేదండి మీ అబ్బాయికి ఇవ్వండి అన్నారు. ఆయన చిన్నపిల్లాడు, వాడు ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తాడు, నాకెందుకు అనేసి ఆయన కారు లేదు, ఆశ్రమం లేదు. కానీ ఏ ఊరు వెడితే ఆ ఊళ్ళో ఆయన ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలనే ఆలోచన లేదు. ఎవరో ఒక శిష్యుడు ఒక ఇల్లు ఇచ్చాడు, అక్కడ ఉంటారు ఆయన. కార్లు మేము పరిశీలించేవాళ్ళం. జీవితాన్ని మనం దగ్గరగా చూస్తానికి అవకాశం ఉండేది. స్వామీజీ ఎప్పుడు ఆటోలో రాలా. ఎవరో ఒకళ్ళు స్వామీజీ రండి క్లాస్కి వెళ్దాం అని కారులోనే వచ్చేవారు. డైమండ్ పాయింట్లో క్లాసెస్ జరిగేటప్పుడు కొంచెం దూరం ఉంది. ఆ దూరానికి ఆ టైంకి పరమేశ్వరుడు ఒకటి ఏర్పాటు చేసేవాడు. ఆయన క్లాసులో ఒక టీచింగ్ ఉంది, మనం అవసరం లేని వదిలేస్తే మనకు కావాల్సింది పరమేశ్వరుడు ఏర్పాటు చేస్తాడు అని. ఆయన జీవితంలోనే మనకు ప్రత్యక్షంగా కనిపిస్తుంది. ఆయన మనం డబ్బే మనకి ప్రధానంగా ఉందనుకోండి జీవిత లక్ష్యం, ఆయన దాన్ని చూసి చూడనట్టుగా పోనిస్తారు. ఆయన ఏదో మర్చిపోయారని అనుకోకండి, మర్చిపోరు. ఆయన ఉంటుంది కానీ చూసి చూడనట్టుగా పోనిస్తారు. ఆయనకి ఆయనకి ఈ విషయం మనం ఆయనకి తెలవకుండా చేసాము, లేకపోతే ఏదో మాటలు చెప్పాం, అదంతా కాదు. ఆయనకి పర్ఫెక్ట్గా తెలుసు. పొలిటికల్ సైన్స్ కూడా అప్ టు డేట్ తెలుసు. ఆయన మోడీ పాలసీస్ కానీ దేని గురించి అయినా సరే వారు, కానీ దేనికి అంటుకోరు వారు. ఏది ఆయన హృదయంలో నిలిచిపోదు. అటువంటి ప్రేమమూర్తి. ఆయనతోటి ఆయన సత్సంగాలు వింటే ఆరోగ్యం లేని వాళ్ళు బాగుపడతారు. ఆరోగ్యం కూడా బోధిస్తారు క్లాసులో. న్యూట్రిషన్ సైన్స్ ఆయనకి తెలిసినంత ఆ న్యూట్రిషన్ సైన్స్ ల్యాబొరేటరీలో పనిచేసే వాళ్ళు తెలుసో తెలవదు. అంత నాలెడ్జి. ఇండియన్ హిస్టరీ, ఇంటర్నేషనల్ హిస్టరీ ఏది వెళ్ళినా సరే డెప్స్ ఆఫ్ ది డెప్స్లోకి వెళ్ళి మమ్మల్ని అందరినీ చాలా ఎడ్యుకేట్ చేస్తారు. సైకాలజీలో అంటే ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్ గారు చెప్పారు, సైకోఎట్రిస్టులకే డౌట్ వస్తుంది, గీతలో ఇంత సైకాలజీ ఉందా అని. ఆ గీతని బాగా అవగాహన చేసుకున్న వాళ్ళకి డౌట్ వస్తుంది. మనం చాలా ఆశ్చర్యపోతాం. మానవ మస్తిష్కాన్ని అంత బాగా రీసెర్చ్ చేసి దాని మీద వారు ఎనలైజ్ చేసి చెప్తుంటే మనకి కలిగే ఆనందం అంతా కాదు. అటువంటి ఆనందాన్ని మిస్ అయిపోతామేమోనని ప్రతి వాళ్ళు ఆయన ఎప్పుడొస్తారా అని ఎదురు చూస్తూ, ఆ మొదటి రోజు వచ్చిన రోజున వీళ్ళు ఇంతమంది గ్యాదర్ అయ్యారా అని ఇంకా ప్రతిసారి ఆశ్చర్యపోతారు స్వామీజీ. నేను ఎప్పుడొస్తానో తెలియదు కానీ ఒక డేట్ చెప్పా, ఈ డేట్ రాగానే ఇంతమంది వచ్చేసారు, చూడగానే చాలా సంతోషం వస్తుంది. ఆ సంతోషం వస్తుంది అన్న మాట చాలా ఆత్మీయంగా, చాలా టచింగ్గా ఉంటుంది. మన ఫ్యామిలీ వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా మనని చాలా కాలం తర్వాత చూస్తే ఎలా ఉంటుందో అటువంటి భావం ఉంటుంది. అటువంటి మహాత్ముల్ని మనందరి యొక్క భగవంతుడి అనుగ్రహం చేత, మన యొక్క పూర్వపుణ్య వశం చేత వారి సమక్షంలో మనం వారి పాఠం వినే అదృష్టం దొరికింది. మాకైతే మరింత ఎక్కువ అవకాశం దొరికింది. వారి ద్వారా సన్యాస దీక్ష తీసుకోవటం నాకైనా సరే. సదాశివానంద స్వామి, నేను ముందే చెప్పా, స్వామీజీ నాకు సంస్కృతం రాదు, ఏమన్నా నేర్చుకోమంటారా, ఏమన్నా శ్లోకాలు అవి బట్టనా, అవసరమా? ఏం అవసరం లేదండి, ఏం అవసరంలా. మీరు ఏమైనా జీవితంలో మార్పులు చేసుకోవాలా, ఏం అక్కర్లా. ఆయన ఒకటి అడుగుతారు, ఏమిటంటే సన్యాసం తీసుకున్న తర్వాత మీ పరిస్థితి ఏమిటి, మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉండదలుచుకున్నారు, ఎలా నివసించదలుచుకున్నారు, మీ పరిస్థితి ఏమిటి. అది ఎందుకంటే సమాజంలో సన్యాసులకు ఆదరణ తగ్గిపోయింది, ఆదరణ లేదు. వీళ్ళు సన్యాసం తీసుకుని ఇబ్బంది పడతారేమో, ఇబ్బంది పడకూడదు నా శిష్యులు అనే ప్రేమతోటి వారు మనకి ఆ వివరాలు అడుగుతారు. అడిగి అవి సాటిస్ఫాక్టరీగా కనుక ఉంటే వారు మనకి సన్యాసం ఇస్తారు అడిగిన వాళ్ళకి. దానికి కావాల్సిన ఏర్పాట్లు అవన్నీ ఆయనే దయానంద స్వామి వారి ఆశ్రమంలో గంగ ఒడ్డున వారే కండక్ట్ చేసి నిర్వహింపజేస్తారు. అటువంటి మహాత్ముల్ని వారికి పరిపరి విధాల వారిని నా హృదయంలో సుస్థిరం చేసుకుంటూ మీ అందరికీ నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చినందుకు నమస్కారాలు తెలియజేస్తూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను.
Thank you, Lakshmanananda ji. You and you have see, 3 speakers were there today in Telugu, in English, and you would have found they have all glorified Swamiji, but everyone was different. So you can understand how great he is, so versatile in all the subject and a real Mahatma. And we are fortunate to be here today with him while he received the award. Now coming to our Wisdom Foundation. Wisdom Foundation and its founder, Guruji Vinayji, is a thinker, philosopher, and a management guru. Wisdom Foundation is a public charitable trust dedicated to the study, research, and dissemination of the glorious truths of Sanatana Dharma. It is dedicated to spread this eternal wisdom to benefit and serve the maximum number of people. Guruji conducts Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita classes and also conducts workshops for the corporate. We are all from that Wisdom Foundation Parivar. The foundation also offers a 2-year weekend e-course and 2-year full-time residential course at the Wisdom Institute from students from all over the world. At this premises, Wisdom Foundation Institute also has yoga classes, and we also have Annadhanam every second Saturday here. He has taken great effort to make this function a grand success. Everybody has been working for a long time. I now request Sethuramanji to give a brief introduction of Guruji and Wisdom Foundation.
Hari Om. Salutation to Swami Tattvavidananda ji Saraswati, Vinay Guru ji, Swami Sthitaprajnananda ji, Swami Lakshmanananda ji, Swami Sadasivananda ji, and Indica directors, distinguished guests, invitees, seekers of Vedanta, and dear friends. Ours is a very small growing community of seekers of Vedantic knowledge, the truth. We are all very keen to annihilate our ignorance and gain wisdom. Today, all of us have assembled here to celebrate most deserving and overdue recognition being bestowed on our Guru Mahaprabhu Swami Tattvavidananda ji, and seek his blessings to expedite our Vedantic journey. I had the pleasure of attending with my wife Vasanta the first retreat conducted by Swami Sthitaprajnananda ji in Rishikesh, and I had the good fortune of witnessing Swami Lakshmanananda ji's getting his sannyasa diksha from Swami Tattvavidananda ji at Rishikesh when we attended Dasasloki retreat. I understand we all have 3 peaks of happiness in life. First peak is achievements in samsara. Second peak is fulfillment. First peak is fully selfish. Second peak is fulfillment due to meaningful life of service and sacrifice. That is unselfish. Third peak is enlightenment, that is selfless, as getting realized. I was wise enough to break my first leg of journey at the age of 63 in 2013, and in the course of my second journey from 2013, while engaged in seva and service activities, thanks to Jaya Ramanji, I got introduced to Guru Vinayji, whom I took the courage to approach and express my desire to learn Bhajagovindam 1-to-1. He readily agreed to teach me twice or thrice a week, subject to I do mananam early morning 4 to 6 a.m. I had no choice but to accept the condition. My wife Vasanta and Shivaji and Jayaraman joined this course midway. I attended classes for at least for 6 months. There is a lot of similarity between Swami Tattvavidananda and Guruji because they don't rush with the verses. They take a lot of time to teach a single verse, the lot of applied philosophy. Diligent Mananam transformed both of us. It was an eye opener. We realized how ignorant we were. What I primarily learned was have possessions but not be possessive, have objects but don't be slave to objects, have love for kith and kin but don't get attached to them. In fact, I got a little sort of a contentment and I was able to relate to money better. And Guruji, Vinayji always says we should be net giver and not taker. And we, thanks to the knowledge and wisdom we gained through Bhajagovindam, we became a little more and more giver. Guruji was inducted into Gurukul Vedanta Academy at the age of 16. Here I would like to recognize the presence of Guruji's father, D.V. Rao Garu. Mother unnarandi? Yes. And Vijayama, who is the spouse of Guruji, and he attended Gurukulam for 5 years at Vedanta Academy, Swami Pathasarthi, and then he was posted in Hyderabad for 2 years and Malaysia for 15 years on behalf of Vedanta Academy, and then Hyderabad he returned and started the Wisdom Foundation. It is about 6-7 years old. He is advised to seeker is only purpose of human life is to realize who you are and quest for the true nature of yourself and have longing for realizing self. And he also advocates a lot 20% knowledge, 80% mananam, particularly from 4 to 6 a.m. He advocates seeker to be a giver and not a taker, and he may how he made all the regular students of Wisdom Fountain to be givers. This very hall auditorium building is a example for that. In a very short period, all the services, professional services were rendered free, and all the students contributed to for the construction of this hall. His unique course is he has a course for students, school students, 11th class, 12th class, and college students. He has designed a 15-session course on self-management. And he has taught more than 8,000 students. Now also nearly 3,000 students in Ahmedabad are attending his course online. He is also very popular with the corporates. And I feel Vinay Guruji and Swami Tattvavidananda have many similarities. Both are dynamic, very good at communication, have got great clarity on the subject. Both are interactive. Both have committed students for more than 2 decades. Both are very frank and outspoken. Both focus on applied philosophy, how to face challenges of samsara and keep evolving. Both strongly advocate to know who you are and have longing for mumukshatvam. And I am very fortunate to have both the Guru Swami Tattvavidananda. You will be surprised. I came to myself, Vasanta, we attended a week-long co-part of Brahma Sutras course in Sailorsburg, where we could meet Vidya Muruganji also. I was amazed. See, here in Hyderabad, we find very difficult. Average attendance in such classes is not more than 20-30. or in online also, including online 50. There, when I went Sailorsburg, it was a 6 weeks course. You will be amazed, there were 120 students. And I was surprised, there were 20 white people who have come all the way from Brazil, Australia, Europe, and the entire US. And I came across 20 doctors. I talked to them. Each one of them make $1 million every year. And they have taken 6 weeks, and this is the 8th year they are attending this course. And all of them, I am amazed. Even you will be surprised. Those who of you attended here recently, a few months, 6 months back, his course on Dasa Sloki, there were a series of 5 Swami Acharyas. The capacity advised was 120. You will be surprised. The moment the course was announced, 250 registered for him within a week's time. And they had to stop at 200. And he was going on, and he even told us not to come. We said, we never attended your course, a retreat, full retreat. We wanted to come, and we made it. There again, you will be surprised. I saw 20, Vaidyananji was also there, 20 people who attended his Dhammapada in Ramana Kendram in Delhi. They came all the way to Rishikesh. They are all again from Brazil, Europe, and all. They just came to India to attend his course. Even Vidya Muruganji, she doesn't understand Telugu. She goes all the way to US. This year also she is going to attend his 6 weeks course. So this is, so it is very appreciable. This community is growing. We need not feel very small. This growing, but incrementally this community is growing, and we all are here in this because we are at peace. We are happy. We are contented, and I bow down to both the gurus for the knowledge and wisdom being given to us. Thank you all.
Thank you, Setuji, for introducing us to Guruji Vinayji. Now I request Guruji to please address the gathering.
Hari Om, Swamiji, respected seekers and dear devotees of Swamiji. Indeed, very happy to share that this event is actually a reality. My salutations and prostrations to Swamiji for having accepted to visit the board of the Wisdom Foundation. In fact, the entire Wisdom family, the Wisdom Parivar, are wholeheartedly extend our invitation to this abode. I must also take a mention of Seturamanji. It is his ability to bridge. The word Setu is to bridge. And he has the remarkable ability to bridge, connect, and make something out of it. And this gathering is an earnest effort of his. I had met Kiranji in the early 2000s in Singapore, and I've known him over the years. I've addressed in the Indica Moksha gathering some time ago. I had a blessed opportunity of meeting Swamiji and his residents not long ago. So when there was this occasion of Indica wanting to honor Swamiji, Setuji started doing his brilliant act of connecting dots of my familiarity with Indica, of my association with Swamiji, little association, and a genuine intent for Swamiji to actually visit here and bless the premise and the effort. And it couldn't be any better than this, I must say that. So thank you, Swamiji, for your time and being here amidst us. I did not want to say anything in this gathering, to be frank. And it's more than once. I understand Swamiji was very particular that I address the gathering. And that message came very clearly through Setuji to me. Because everybody here would be wanting to hear his words of wisdom, including myself. And I'm very fortunate and humble sharing the platform and stage with him. Since he was very keen, I shall share some thoughts which will only nothing but echo with all of you. I would not take long, but perhaps just give a bird's eye view as to what this wisdom is. So if you look at humanity at large, everybody is running behind two things in life. Everybody is trying to constantly keep acquiring, and having acquired, they want to enjoy what they've acquired. This is the madness of mankind. As Adi Shankaracharya in Bhaj Govindam, he says, these two primary purposes are for the primary reasons, which is dukkha nivritti and sukha prapti. You are acquiring only to avoid some sorrow you believe might occur in the future. And having acquired, one day you want to enjoy. That day never comes because everybody is busy acquiring. Nobody has time to acquire what they have. As is a very famous English saying, and I remember this in my early 90s when I joined the ashram. The ashram sandwiched between Pune and Mumbai, a small patch of land where the ashram was those days. And the entire surrounding areas were beautiful villas, huge villas, always deserted. Nobody used to be there. And we used to have a boys' hostel, compound wall was right behind those bungalows. And once in a year, we used to see some activity. People from Mumbai come and they enjoy that scenic place, sandwiched between the two mountain ranges, Malavli, Lunavla. If you have been there, you know how scenic that place is. And what struck me is, these people are busy acquiring, but they don't come and enjoy. Who are the fellows enjoying? The servants. Fresh air, beautiful weather. They are paid for to enjoy. Nothing to do. How many times will you mop the floor, sweep the floor, clean the walk with? How many times will you do in a year? That many times you can clean. There's nothing beyond that to clean. And that's when a famous English saying, I don't know how many of you have heard it, an English saying which says, fools build houses, wise live in them. That day I realized I don't want to be a fool. I don't want to be running behind money, trying to acquire because I'm making a fool of myself. Because the first step of spirituality is realizing that there is no contentment, there is no satisfaction in that pursuit. You all have far greater experience than me, and I don't have to tell that to you. But the moment you realize that there is no satisfaction, that very moment you turn inward. Spirituality is an introverted journey. And the moment you turn inward, there is a guru waiting for you. Many people say that, oh, I missed an opportunity, I missed that, I missed this. Sorry, sir, you were not ready because you were busy running behind something. And spiritual path is an uncharted path. So you need a guru to guide you in that journey. And you cannot traverse that journey without a guru. And I can relate how pregnant your words were when you were glorifying Swamiji. I could relate to it from a sadhak, from a student. If I were to pour my gratitude, if I were to, so I can relate to that feeling which cannot be captured in words. And I could sense the, the language barrier which can't convey the gratitude to a guru. You cannot. In fact, in all the relationship we have, the Guru Shishya relationship is the most profound of all. Not for the sheer fact that you place Guru at a very high pedestal, even above your parents or whoever. The only fundamental reason is the only relationship that liberates you is a Guru Shishya Parampara, a relationship. Every other relationship is binding you, is limiting you, is in fact the reason for your downfall. Remember this. My child, my son, my wife, my, all you're bound to that attachment. But the moment you say my Guru, it liberates you from everything else. And a true Guru ultimately wants to liberate you from that worship of that personality as well. That's what only a true Guru does. No Guru wants you to worship the personality. If a Guru wants his personality to be worshipped, then there's a hidden agenda. He is not a true Guru as far as my limited knowledge is concerned. You should only follow the teachings, never the personality, as Vidyama had stated. So all that which the Shastras are sharing with us are actual experiences of men of realization. Nothing short of it. And every mantra is known as a Manjarika Stotra, which only means like a bouquet of flower. X number of verses means a bouquet of flowers. Like there's a bouquet here. It is just an assemblage of some beautiful, lovely flowers. Now, don't worry, I'm not taking too long. I want to convey this idea. When you look at a flower, there are three things. One is the exterior. It has a literary beauty. You get a little closer to the flower. What do you feel? Nice fragrance. I'm getting some fragrance from here. If you want, you must come and feel it. Nice fragrance, fresh flowers. And then you go deep into the bowels of the flower. There is that nectar, honey. The three things. One is from a distance, it's beautiful. Come closer, there's a fragrance. Deep in the flowers, in the bowels of the flower, is the essence, which is the honey. And every shloka, every mantra is like a flower. So when you approach the Shastras, what do you see? From a distance, you see the beauty. You see how melodious the shlokas are. How the Vedic chanting is so elevating, is so soothing, is so appeasing. The Sanskrit language is such a beauty that you may get lost in the language itself. That's what the famous words, the chorus by Adi Shankaracharya, he says, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte San Nihite Kale, Nahi Rakshati Dukran Karane. So vast majority of spiritual seekers are lost in the exterior, mere language or the mere melody of the Shastras. That is like admiring the beauty of a flower from a distance. Some go beyond the literary beauty and get into the fragrance of the Shastras. What is the fragrance? The fragrance are the tools of applied philosophy. How this knowledge tells us how to get along with life. All that you're complaining in life are mere pinpricks of life. If I take a pin and prick you, you do feel that prick. The biggest problem that you have in life is a mere pinprick. So the moment you get into the fragrance of the literature, the Shastras, you feel all the problems disappear. But then the real seekers go into the they only want the honey, the nectar. It doesn't matter where the flower is. It can be in the gutters or it can be in the presidential palace. What does the bee does? Can we have that verse? I just wanted to chant that very famous words from the Dhyana shlokas. The Dhyana shloka is an invocatory text to the Bhagavad Gita. And there's a mention of this, what the wise men do, what the real seekers do. What do they do? He compares a pure intellect, he compares a true seeker to a bee which goes into the flowers and draws the honey day in and day out. There you all go, some of you who may not know the verse, you can follow on the screen. Parashcharyavachas sarojamamalam Geetarthagandotkhatam Nanakhyanakesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam. This is the section I wanted to say. Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam mudha Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradvamsina Shreyase. And to those seekers who want that honey, a true guru like Swami Tattvavidananda Garu will appear. So all you need to do is, you must be ready for it. A knowledge will come, a guru will come and transform you and give you the real purpose of life, which is to realize thyself. If you are interested in anything other than that, as the Shastras say, Mahati Vinashti, it's a supremely great loss. You don't know what you're missing. Again, I have no words to thank Swamiji for being here, and thank one and all who have taken the time to make this evening a very memorable for all of us. And I would say, please hold on for the real speech which follows. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Guruji, for enlightening us about the true Guru with your famous rendition of the Bhajagovindam and the Dhyana Sloka. Thank you, Guruji. Now, I think, like Guruji said, we're all waiting for Swamiji to give his talk. I request Swamiji to kindly address the audience.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Atmaswarupa Bandhugana. I am filled with a sense of joy and gratitude for all the nice words spoken by many of you, and I am grateful to the Advaita Academy for giving this prestigious award to this Swami, and friends Shivakumar, Shri Udumudi,
Srimati Kavita. Kavita is also very much involved. And Vidya Murugan Amagaru, and the young lady Divya Murugan, Sri Nagaraj ji, all of them were involved in making this function the way it happened till now. And of course, as Sri Vinay ji pointed out, Seturamanji is the main person behind all this organization, and I am grateful to all of them. And many friends spoke many nice words. Also, I express my joy and gratitude to all of them. Now, I knew Advaita Academy from its early days of inception, and I was associated with the Academy in those days. They were recording some of my classes, and when they requested to record a few classes, I said, I don't like to speak to the mic, to the camera. Please come to the class. When I take a class, when the students are there, you come there and record the class. Instead of my sitting in a chair and the cameraman will be there and speak on a topic, that doesn't inspire me. And so that becomes very artificial. And hence, please come to the class and record the class. That will be very natural thing, natural environment. And so they used to do that. At that time, I was teaching in Brahmavidya Kutir in Diamond Point Center, and a few of those classes were recorded. And then I was teaching in Shivananda, and they were there also. They came and recorded, and those classes were relayed on the website of Advaita Academy. And then I am a pujari of many houses kind of thing. So I was in California taking a series of classes on Dakshinamurti Stotram, and then Advaita Academy was there. They provided all the required material or instrumentation for recording and then relaying on their website. Then when I was in Toronto, they have followed me to Toronto also. And so, like that, many of my classes were relayed by Advaita Academy in those days. And then there was a gap of a few years for many reasons. Main reason could be that I am not participating in a full way. So you come and record. More than that, I was not doing anything else. But then they conducted a Shankaracharya Jayanti function in a big way, and invited many scholars to give talks. And then one of the organizers asked me, we would want you to give a talk on Karana Karyavadaha in Advaita Vedanta. So I gave the talk, and it was relayed all through the websites of the Advaita Academy. And then the talk has come in, it became very popular among the students of Vedanta. And then it came as a essay also in one of the books. So this is how I was in association with the Advaita Academy for many years, from its very inception till a few months back. And I assume that they have decided to confer this award to this Swami based on the recommendations of some of the good students. And so I am grateful to all of them. Then this is the first public function that I am addressing after many years. In recent times, I was not going to any public functions. I was only taking classes, but this is an exception to that. And I am glad to come to Wisdom Foundation, this place. Sri Seturamanji and Sri Vinayji were inviting me for some time now. And today is the day for coming here and enjoying the presence of all of you in this beautiful place. Sri Vinayji was very kind, and he is very hospitable in many ways. He is a great teacher of Vedanta in his own right. and he gave me one of his books. So I went through the book. Generally, I don't allow any book to go out of my hand before I go through it. This is a habit, a vyasanam, you may call it if you wish. And that book is a very good book. I very much appreciated that book. He wrote a very beautiful book for the students of Vedanta. Now, so I thank all of you for coming here to attend this function. In fact, my nature is, or my habit or my nature, it is very natural to me, very spontaneous, that I look upon people as friends, not as shishyas. The word shishya, if there is one shishya in this world, that is me. So, and I did not do it. Maybe one can do it, nothing wrong in it, but somehow, I am telling you frankly, very, the word of the heart, I am telling you, in this consciousness, the word Guru to this Swami, it doesn't exist. I put it in a very roundabout way like this is the nose kind of thing. I do not consider myself as a Guru. That is what I wanted to say. So that is all I wanted to say. So, but still, in a given context, some gauna prayogaha, it can be done. And so the Advaita Academy people have given the title to me and then awarded the title also. So I am grateful to them. I am guided by one great message by Swami Ram Sukhadas Ji Maharaj. I used to attend his satsanga in Rishikesh, and he said, "जो सबको गुरु मानता है, वो ही गुरु हो सकता है." He said like that. He used to say. Therefore, and I was also inspired by the Dattatreya Gita, which I used to teach in those days from Uddhava Gita, which is part of Ekadasha Skandha of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Dattatreya Maharshi, he says he has learned many things from many people. Even from a concubine called Pingala, he has learned something. And from a meat seller, he learned something. Like that, Dattatreya Maharshi used to go around and kind of aimless wandering. That is how the Maharshi was. That is the real spirit of Vedanta, the aimless wandering. Suppose you have aim, what aim will be? That will be part of this world and not worth pursuing in any case. Therefore, in that kind of an aimless wandering, he came across many gurus. And so he describes all those gurus. Kumari, like that. And now if I enter into it, it will take a lot of time. So, so that is how I was looking at myself as a wanderer, nothing more than that. But if all nice people like you come together and decide to confer a title upon the Swami is amenable to that also. I don't mind it, okay? In fact, I welcome it. Then what to speak on this occasion? I was wondering, and I was consulting my good friend Sri Dr. Sharma Garu while coming. What shall I speak? If I start speaking, my mind, it may become politically incorrect also, possibly. Then Dr. Sharma Garu told me, you speak your mind. Don't worry about all of that. You speak your mind. And then, having arranged such a great function, I should do some justice to that from my side also. Therefore, I will say a few things which I have scribbled while coming. So I will tell something about Guru. If you read Shankara's Bhashyas carefully, you will notice some unique expressions of Shankara. And one of those expressions, which came quite a few times in the Bhashyas, in Prasthanatraya Bhashyas, is Shastracharyopadesham. Why the mic is okay? The sound is okay? Shastracharyopadesham is an expression that is repeated by Shankara quite often in the Bhashyas. In the Gita Bhashya it comes, and of course in Upanishad Bhashyas, in particular Ishavasya, and in Brahma Sutra Bhashyas, everywhere it comes. The Acharya, Shankara, so he talks of Upadesha. Upadesha, it has to be correctly, if it can be translated correctly as an instruction. That is Upadesha. What happened is, the Upadesha has acquired some ritualistic context. So, people, what they do, they collect all the relatives and friends and all that. There will be a lot of Gana Bhajana also will be there, and all lot of food being served. And then one person gets Upadesha from a guru. And it is supposed to be secret. When you collect so much of fanfare, how can the blessed thing can be secret? But they believe or they pretend that it is all a secret. You know what they do? They purchase a costly kanchi, silk, dhoti, and the guru and the shishya sit on a big platform with many videographers and photographers busy, and then they put that dhoti around them, and inside that dhoti, the guru poo-poos or he whispers some mantra into the ears of the shishya. And now it is considered as Upadesha. What is Upadesha in it, I don't know. Quite often, more often than not, the guru may not be knowing the mantra that he is instructing the shishya. And of course, the shishya anyway doesn't know the meaning. And now all under that silken, very costly dhoti to cover, to make it secret. What is secret in it? Just because you put a dhoti around the heads, that becomes a secret or what? So this way, you take the letter of the word Upadesha and violate the spirit of it entirely. This is how people do mantropadesha and all that. That is not that context or that ritual doesn't deserve the word Upadesha. Upadesha is instruction. What is the instruction? Suppose I say something in an archaic language to you and you just repeat it. Will that become an instruction? Certainly not. Therefore, so Upadesha is instruction. Like we were coming to this place, and suppose I did not know the path correctly, and then I see an auto driver and ask him, "Sir, this place I have to go, where it is?" So he tells me, "Sir, go like this and turn right." That is Upadesha. Because he instructed me the direction to reach the goal. And then what I do now about that instruction, immediately take notes, write in a notebook and take notes so that I can visit it after some time again. And then by heart that notes. Is that what I do with that? No. Just understand it. If any doubt is there, ask him one more time and understand what he is saying and implement it then and there and reach the goal. That is called Upadesha. Whereas you can convert the Upadesha into a kind of intellectual acquirement or accumulation and keep it in the head or write it and keep it in the notes so that you can visit it later and get some satisfaction that I have Upadesha with me now and I revisit it on and off also. But then, did you experience it in life? No. It is in the notes and it is in the brain cells. It is not part of the experience. It is not in the heart. So such a thing, it cannot be called an Upadesha. So Upadesha is an instruction given by a person who knows. If you want to call him Guru, it is up to you. So the person instructs and the student receives the instruction, understands it, and then lives it from that moment onwards. That is the Upadesha, the significance of the word Upadesha. And then the Upadesha, who has to give the Upadesha? Acharya has to give the Upadesha. So Acharya is Achinoti cha Shastrartham. He knows the Shastra, understands it well, and he can expound it well, and he can help the other person to know it. That is the Acharya. Acharya sthapayatyapi. And the Acharya is the one who helps the student to live the Upadesha. Acharya is living. And Swayam acharatyapi. The acharya is one who has that upadesha which he is giving to the imparting to the other person, who has that instruction in his own life, and he knows what it is from the first hand experience, from his heart. He knows what it is. That's why he is speaking it. Without knowing, he doesn't speak. So, otherwise, what is the value of that upadesha? The teacher doesn't know it, the student doesn't know it, and then the teaching goes on, and the people write notes, and then they assume that they have studied this text, but remain in samsara. They don't. There is no inner transformation. So that is not. It is not really upadesha. If you still want to call it upadesha, then it becomes a gaunam. We have a way of accommodating that also. It is not primarily the upadesha. Primary upadesha is only when you listen to the acharya, the instruction, and then understand it and live it. And living follows understanding. If there is understanding, life follows automatically. It is something like somebody said there is a ditch there. If you are going this way, there is a ditch. This is the example given by Shankara only. And if somebody instructs you about the presence of a ditch in that path, then when you go that way, you carefully watch and avoid the ditch. That is the Upadesha. It is as simple as that. And the one who knows gives the Upadesha, Acharya Upadesha. And how the one who knows, how does he know it? He knows it from Shastra. So I have many things to say, but I will make it very brief. You see, you come across many gurus in the world. Many gurus, they are gurus, but they don't have any connection to the Shastra. They never studied any Shastra. I'm sorry to say they may not even know Sanskrit. And they may not even know Vibhaktis, Rama Shabdam also they may not know. But they become gurus. But many gurus are there. In fact, I'm not saying anything against anybody. Maybe that kind of gurus are also needed. How they became gurus? Not by Shastra. Shastra they don't know. But then they become gurus. In fact, they are the religious leaders. That is the correct word. Religious leaders. And they pursued some upasana, some Puranic upasana, and whatever that means. Some mantra japam, this and that for some time, and some elaborate pujas, etc., performed for some time. And now they promote that upasana. And so they encourage their shishyas, the public, to pursue that upasana. And sometimes they discourage some other upasana also. That is also there. Saying that my upasana is superior to other person's upasana. Like that, they become the religious icons. And the society looks at them as gurus. That tells very poorly on the whole structure. That only shows that the society doesn't know what a guru is, and they are not in a big hurry to learn anything, and they are not looking for any instruction. Mostly they are looking for tirtham and prasadam. And that is how the religious leaders, they serve a purpose in the society. They are the religious icons of the religion, and therefore they are serving the society and the function of religion in the society. And but strictly speaking, they are not the acharyas because they don't have any connect to the shastra. Therefore, in this context, you cannot call them really gurus, but they are called gurus. The real Shastra people are not called gurus, but they are called gurus. That is how the society functions. But in this context, I will say, at least for the students of Vedanta, they are not gurus. They are religious icons. They instruct the public in the practices of religion and belief systems, and they have a place in the society and in the social structure. That is all great. But strictly speaking, they are not gurus because they do not fit into that expression Shastracharyopadesha. You have to get three things in place. One is Upadesha by an Acharya who is an expert in the Shastra. And when the Shastra is missing, then what kind of guru it is? So this is one thing people have to understand. And then, you see, they still call guru. You cannot contest the a word. Suppose people use the word, you cannot contest it. No, they should not use the word guru. You cannot contest it like that. It's a democratic society, and the language offers all possibilities. Like a computer guru, you can still use the word. Means there the word guru means expert. Only that much. It doesn't fit into Shastra Charyopadesham. That is the expression relevant only for the students of Vedanta. That doesn't fit everywhere. And therefore, I should not come and say, don't use the word guru, you don't use the word guru, you don't use the word guru. I cannot say like that. You cannot dictate to the society. Only we understand, as students of Vedanta, they are not gurus. So, having said that, now let us come to Vedanta. In Vedanta, there are many gurus, many acharyas. They are imparting this knowledge to many students. But there is one pitfall that the students of Vedanta should be careful to judge, to understand, to notice, and avoid. There is one pitfall, and that is the psychological dependence. So, whether the students learn anything or not, what is the meaning of learning? Learning is meaningful only when there is that inner transformation. Suppose you study many texts, but still remain a samsari without any inner transformation. How can you call that upadesha? How can you call that learning? But still, it goes in the name of guru, shishya, teaching, etc. All that paraphernalia is put in place without any inner transformation. You find such a situation in the world. World is a very funny place, and so you find all possible scenarios in the world. Therefore, that kind of a situation where there is no focus on the inner transformation, there is only focus on the part of the guru to teach the text, and focus on the part of the teacher to learn the text so that he can teach again and he become a guru. So, you mind if I take another few minutes? You see, once a student of Vedanta came across Sri Ramakrishna. Rather, it is the other way also, you can say. Sri Ramakrishna came across a student of Vedanta, and he asked the Vedanta student, why are you studying Vedanta? So, the question is a bit perplexing, and so the student was a bit unable to respond. Then the Acharya, the Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he gave two options. So let me elaborate my question. That is what he said, and he asked, are you studying Vedanta because you will become a Vedanta teacher in future, and all the shishyas and people of the world will bring nice gifts and other dakshinas to you, and you will get very good food and a nice place to live and wonderful clothes and all other privileges of the upper middle class and rich people. All those privileges you will get by becoming an Acharya of Vedanta. Is that the reason that you are studying Vedanta? That is one option, option A. Then or option B, you want to gain that inner transformation of the consciousness which is worldly has to be transformed into a spiritual consciousness, the consciousness of spirituality. Is that transformation is the goal of studying Vedanta? Are you studying Vedanta for what? So, suppose you are studying Vedanta for the second one, then you are likely to miss many advantages of the first one. That is also possible. So, be careful. So, therefore, when Vedanta study becomes that kind of a ritualistic, and gurus teach and students learn to become again teachers of Vedanta, and they pat their back saying that we are preserving the tradition, we are taking the tradition forward, and so such great expressions can give us a lot of consolation to fill the gap of not learning any real Vedanta. So this also can happen, and it happens in the society. It happens all the time. So society follows Murphy's law most of the time. A thing can go wrong, then it goes wrong. So therefore, this kind of a psychological dependence, in that situation, there is no inner transformation, only there is teaching. Teacher and student are Guru and Shishya are there, very much in their place. Shishya remains a Shishya for the life. They have decided that they are the Shishyas for life. They have decided because that is very convenient, And the Guru is, of course, a Guru for the life. Therefore, this is what is called Gurudam. And this has entered Vedanta circles very much. In a big way, it has entered. And so, this is what my friend Dr. Sharmaji told me, be frank and you go ahead and speak. So, therefore, this is the occasion when I wanted to say that the students of Vedanta should not have psychological dependence upon the Guru. When they are not learning Vedanta, only they are studying it, repeating it, reciting it, writing notes, and becoming a very scholarly, accumulating all that knowledge, but not really learning. That is not learning. Accumulation of knowledge is not learning. So, learning is altogether a different cup of tea. Therefore, when the students do not learn, they accumulate knowledge, but they do not learn, they start depending upon the Guru psychologically. And it happens the other way also. The Guru also depends upon the Shishyas psychologically. Therefore, like it is said, East is East and West is West kind of thing. Guru remains Guru, Shishya remains Guru, Shishya. Guru depends upon Shishya psychologically. Shishya depends upon Guru psychologically. And then there is a mutual exploitation also. This is a very dangerous trend that is there in the society. I'm not talking of some imagined thing. It is very much there. Not only there, it is prevalent also unless you take a great precaution. So I only suggest to the students of Vedanta, why should I suggest like this? Why should I go against the established norms of public address and the normal way of things? And go beyond that and suggest this. Why should I do that? What is the thing that makes me speak in this way? That is my love for the students of Vedanta. That is it is a labor of love and nothing else. Having come to study Vedanta, I don't want you to go astray. I want you to get the best of the teaching and the instruction. And so your life must be transformed. That inner transformation is the watchword, that is the benchmark. Without that, the whole blessed thing has the tendency to degenerate into Gurudam. Please don't allow that to happen. You please take every single precaution in that direction. So learn Vedanta, not accumulate. Now accumulating knowledge is not learning Vedanta. It is not like calculus or something else. So learn it like an instruction. The example I have given, you learn it. You do not, and a study of Vedanta should not make you depend upon the Guru psychologically, and don't allow the Guru to exploit also. So, as Shivanaji told about the Guru's Lakshanam, or some other speakers so the trappings of Gurudam should be totally avoided, and the students of Vedanta should not focus on the persona of the Guru. They should focus on the instruction only. And remember the Shankara's advice, Shastracharyopadesham. I hope I have made a point clear. I could use a lot more time to explain it in much greater detail, but enough is enough. Thank you all for making this function a great success. And once again, I thank Shri Advaita Academy for giving this award to this Swami. Harihi Om Tat Sat, Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you, Swamiji. I have no words to tell what we all got from your great talk.
You made my day.
Thank you, Krishna. But you gave a lot of insight in what is a true Upadesha and who is a true Guru, and hope it will help us in finding the right direction towards our goal. Thank you, Swamiji, so much. Now we come to the close of the sermon today. I request Wisdom Foundation member Suresh Ji, who is an eloquent and voracious speaker, to conclude the day with the vote of thanks.
Hari Om. What a spiritually elevating experience this evening has been for all of us. For this, first and foremost, I would like to thank Shri Seturamanji, my very good friend, who has taken the initiative here at the Wisdom Foundation to organize this evening for us. Akashat patitam toyam yathagacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam pratigacchati, says our immortal spiritual wisdom. And therefore, friends, it may not be inappropriate for me to refer this evening to a spiritual seeker called Ibn Shirazi, a Sufi seeker of the truth. Those days, Ibn Shirazi was told, you must go to Egypt. There are two beautiful monks there who are always steeped in meditation. You must go and meet them. Ibn Shirazi rode on horseback, went on camels, finally landed in Egypt, finally landed at that monastery and sat in front of those two great monks who were steeped in meditation, hoping that he could talk to them. 2 days passed. One of the monks opened his eyes, smiled at Shirazi, and again closed his eyes. Shirazi persisted. The next day, one of the monks again opened his eyes, and this time Shirazi was quick. He said, "Sir, I have come from very far. I was told it's an enriching, enlightening experience to be with you and hear from you. And so I have come here." The monk smiled, blessed him. Now Shirazi said, "Sir, can you tell me something which I can carry back home?" And then the monk spoke. The monk said, "Shirazi, life is brief. Do not waste your time doing this and that. See that you spend your time in the company of the great who not only speak wisdom, but who also represent wisdom." Shiraji folded his hands and came back. I think Mr. Sethuraman this evening has given us, each one of us, an opportunity to be with people who not only speak wisdom, but who also represent wisdom. Swamiji, we are so grateful. Swami Tattvavidananda ji. Imagine somebody writing a dissertation for his PhD on the Vedas and getting a gold medal, a master of Sanskrit. Swamiji referred to so many gurus. Somebody came to Sri Ramana Maharshi and asked him, "Swami, there are so many gurus. How will I know who is a true guru and who is not a true guru?" The Maharshi gave the answer. The true guru is he in whose presence you feel totally peaceful, totally content with yourself, and a rare peace descends on you. Such a person is a true guru. And I think you will all agree with me, friends, simply being in the presence of Swami Tattvavidananda, we feel that peace, that inner peace. Swami Lakshmanananda referred, somebody offered him a car, he said, "Give it to your son, I don't need a car." Because wherever he goes, he is doing God's work, so God takes care. That reminded me of a beautiful chapter in this book, The Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. Friends, do read this chapter if you have the book with you. Two penniless boys in Vrindavan. Yogananda's brother is angry that he is not taking to the material world. He wants to devote his life to the mother goddess. And he says, if God is going to take care of you, incidentally, Yogananda had come to Mathura. So the brother was working in the railways. And the brother told him, you know what? If God is going to take care of you, I'm going to do something today. Today morning, 6 o'clock, I'm sending one more person with you so that you don't do any hanky-panky. Not a rupee, not an anna, not a paisa in their pocket. The brother said, I'm putting you in this train from Mathura to Agra. You will spend the whole day in Agra. There is a train at 10:30 in the night and you'll come back at 12 o'clock. Let me see how your God will take care of you. Yogananda said, no problem. And then the beautiful chapter tells you how the Mother Goddess takes care of him and he comes back to Mathura by 12 in the night. And therefore, my friends, such great people who are doing God's work, God takes care of them. And for us, being in their presence itself is such a great thing. An Indian mystic tells us, life is a momentary gossip in the eternal silence of existence. So when we listen to these great masters, we not only listen to their words, we also listen to their silence, because that silence conveys something which words cannot. So thank you so much, Swamiji. We should also thank the Indica management for coming over to Wisdom Foundation for this beautiful function. And of course, the Swamijis. What a beautiful name, I thought. Sthita Prajnananda. What a beautiful name his guru has given him. I was wondering why we don't name our children when a child is born at home. Why don't we name him Sthita Prajna? Maybe we are afraid he may take to the mystic path. But what a beautiful name, Sthita Prajnananda, Sadashivananda, and of course Swami Lakshmanananda, who spoke in beautiful Telugu. And he spoke from the heart. And absolute spiritual magnetism at Wisdom Foundation this evening. Absolute spiritual magnetism. So our respectful thanks and pranams to all the Swamijis, to our own Guru Sri Vinayji, who keeps us on the path of wisdom, as it were, and renunciation in action is what the message of Wisdom Foundation is. And thank you, Guru Vinayji, for your message. And Dr. Nagaraj, Sri Srinivas, Dr. Anuradha, Sai Ramji, and Vidyaji, who spoke so well. And her Guru told us that the teaching is more important than the teacher. Because the Guru is someone like a finger pointing to the moon. And we must remember that the finger is not the moon. And so she said, the teaching and not the teacher. And the entire Wisdom Parivar, who have put together this beautiful function. It's so wonderful to see this beautiful hall of ours packed with spiritual seekers, so much so that few of them have to sit on the floor, of course, on a carpet. Many of us can't do that. And therefore, the beautiful evening, and of course, the invocation which was given, I always spell the wrong name, Srimati Shamala Ravi, who took us to the world of Srimati M.S. Subbalakshmi when she sang that, the hymn, the prayer. All in all, a function that will be remembered for times and times to come, to keep reminding us the true purpose of life, that the only question which is relevant for each one of us is, who am I? Who am I? Hari Om, and thank you very much.
Though the vote of thanks is done, I've been asked to read the citation. We forgot to do it soon after the award ceremony. It is our privilege and honor to recognize your spiritual guidance to us as a recipient of Grateful to Gurus Award for the year 2024. Our pranams to you. As an exponent of Sanskrit, Shastras, and Vedanta, many generations of our times have been blessed with your guidance in Sanatana Dharma. With great love and karuna, you have taught the Advaita Vedanta to innumerable numbers of students who have come to you. With your immense experience and perspective in both scientific and spiritual fields, you have enabled sadhakas of our times to navigate our times with light of Vedanta. We are truly blessed to have a spiritual guru like you guide us through in these challenging times. That is the citation that was given to Swamiji.
As
Friends,
a response to that citation, all the credit goes to four gurus. One is Brahmashri Rani Narasimha Shastri, my father, who taught me Vedanta, and Brahmashri Kompella Subbaraya Shastri Garu, who taught me Vyakaranam and Sahityam in Sanskrit, and then Brahmashri Kompella Kameshwara Ghanapati Garu, who taught me Vedanta, and finally, all glory goes to Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati Maharaj, who has instructed me in the Shastracharyopadesha, and so guided me and shaped me to the point where I am today. And today happens to be Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati's birthday. So all glory to all those gurus. I have reserved this comment just to hear the citation, and as a response to that citation, this is my comment. That's why I reserved it. Now I have said it. Thank you.
yes, what a great tribute to your Pujya Swamiji, Guru Swamiji, Dayananda Swamiji. That's a great tribute on his birthday. And with all humility, you have said you're still a Shishya. It shows your greatness where you have come today. And as we conclude for the day, I would like to make a few announcements. And I wanted always to add this sentence, sorry. We have had a double bonus today of two gurus giving us insight into the world of Sanatana Dharma. Thank you, gurus. Now, as we close for the day, Swamiji will be coming down and giving a book and a fruit. One book each family, and the other person can take the fruit. Please come in one line so that it will move faster and we'll finish it as fast as possible. You come, please sit in your one by one row, you all get up and come to Swamiji to take the prasadam.